15-inch laptops are often viewed as clunky, but they're hard to beat when it comes to high-end performance. This Precision M3800 from Dell proves the value of the big rigs. This laptop's precision branding marks it as a system meant for enterprise users, but is actually based off the same design as Dell's XPS 15 and is identical to that laptop in many respects. The biggest difference is what's under the hood, as the M3800 only comes with a quad-core processor and NVIDIA Quadro graphics. The former scored extremely well in our benchmarks, while the latter isn't quite up for demanding games. It exists only to add a bit of grunt for graphically demanding professional apps. Our particular M3800 arrived with a 4K display. It looks sharp, of course, but also scored well in other areas. It set a new laptop contrast record with a ratio of 840:1 at maximum brightness, and aced color accuracy test with ease. The extremely glossy touchscreen panel is the only downside, but fortunately, the backlight is bright enough to overcome the glare. Combine a bright backlight with a high-resolution panel though, and you have the recipe for terrible battery life. Dell combats that as best it can with a massive 91 watt-hour battery, but the system still lasted a tad under 4.5 hours in our Peacekeeper battery benchmark. That beats several competitors like the Asus ZenBook NX500 and Acer V15 Nitro, but it's still not much for a modern laptop. If you can deal with the mediocre battery life though, the M3800 has a lot going for it. That includes the price. Our review unit rang up at around $2,250, which is a lot, but it's less than a MacBook Pro 15 with Retina and discrete graphics, or an Asus ZenBook NX500. Anyone who wants a notebook with class-leading hardware needs to give the M3800 or its consumer market cousin, the XPS 15, a closer look.